Good day, ma'am. Here is my answer for problems 1 and 2 for attendance. For problem number 1, we are given a problem of F00D sub 16 plus A73 sub 16, and the answer is supposed to be octal instead of hexadecimal. And what I did here is first I added the two and D as an equivalent of 13. That is why it will be 16 if we added D and 3. But since in hexadecimal we don't have 16, that is why we will subtract it by 15 to get 1. I have subtracted the wrong number, but it is supposed to be 16 minus 15 to get 1. And then after that, that is why we will have a 0 here, and then there will be carry 1, which can be seen here in the picture. Then 1 plus 7 will become 8. Then since there is no value here, it is only 0. So 0 plus A is equals to A. Then bring down F. That is why we have FA80 sub 16. Then from hexadecimal, we will convert the current value, which is this, to decimal. And to do that, we will be multiplying it to 16, which we will get 240. Then since A has a numerical value of 10, we will be adding it to the previous answer, which is 240. That is why we will get 250. Then we will multiply it again to 16, which we will get 4,000. And then since the next number is 8, we will add it to 8, which we will get a value of 4,008. Then again we will multiply it to 16, which is 64,128. I didn't include the next step, which is it will be added to 0. That is why I skipped that part, since the result will be the same. Then after converting it to decimal, we will convert it from decimal to octal. What the value that we get here from the decimal value is 64,128. And then by dividing it to 8, we will be having a value of 8,016, which has a remainder of 0. Then after that, we will be dividing it again by 8, which will result to 1,002 with a remainder of 0. Then repeating the same process, we will be having an answer of 125, but with a remainder of 2. Then repeating the process again, we will have a output of 15 that has a remainder of 5. Then next, we will be dividing it 15 to 8, and then we will be having 1 and a remainder of 7. And last but not the least, the 1, which will be divided to 8, will be resulting into 0, remainder 1. And if we organize the remainder from bottom to top, we will be having the final answer as 175,200, which has a subscript 8, since our final answer should be octal, which is required here in the problem. Then for the next problem, problem 2, change. For problem 2, we have a problem here, negative 29, which is in decimal, will be added to 35, which is also in decimal, but the answer should be in octal. And for the first step, we will process negative 29, and to do that, we will be assigning a table, which is this one, and then this table will determine whether we will be inputting 1 or 0 in the table. And then by doing that, the criteria will be if the given value, which is negative 29, can be subtracted to the value here in the table, then we will be having an output of 1. Otherwise, it will be 0. Here in the first part, 32, we can subtract 32, therefore we will be disregarding it. Then next is 16. Since it can be subtracted, the 29 to 16, it will be 29 agad. Here, if we subtract 29 to 16, we have a positive output, which is 13. That is why we can subtract it. Then the value of the output here will be subtracted to the next value here in the table, which is 8. Since it can be subtracted, which has an output of 5, we will be having an output of 1 here. Then next 4. The output here is 5, and subtracting it to 4, we will be having an output of 1, which is why there's an output of 1. And here, 1 minus 2, it will have an output of negative 1. That is why we will be having an output of 0 here. And then for the last value, which is 1, since it is 0, and the subtraction has been successfully conducted, therefore we will be having an output of 1 here. Then by getting the values 1 1 1 1 1 0 1, we will be getting the ones complement of the answer. And then after doing the ones complement, we will be having this answer, which is 0 0 0 1 0. Then to finalize the 2's complement, we will be adding 1 from the previous output value, and then it will be result into this value, which is 0 0 0 1 1, which is the 2's complement of negative 29. And then next is 35. Again, we will be constructing this table to determine the binary value of 35. And then subtracting 35 to 32, which is possible, we will have an output of 3. That is why we have 1 here in 32. And then for 16, since the output is less than 16, we will be having an output of 0 here. The same scenario will occur here in 8 and 4, since 3 is less than 8 and 4, therefore we will have an output of 0 for 8 and 4. But for 2 and 1, we have an output of 1, since the subtraction operation has been carried successfully. And then by completing it, we will be having our output, which is 1000 which is we will be converting it to its ones complement, which give you 0 1 1 1 0 0. Then to completely convert it to 2's complement of 35, we will be adding 1. That that will give you 0 1 1 1 0 1, which is the 2's complement of 35. Then finally, we will be doing the operation. Since negative 29 plus 35 is the same as 35 minus 29, what I did here is I I assigned 35 in the top. On the top, I mean, then negative 29 is below 35. Then, since it is negative, I will subtract it. And in this picture, we will see how the process works. 1 minus 1 is 0. Since the next value is 0, we will be carrying, I mean, we will borrow here in the 1 after 0. I mean, the value, I mean, the 1 from the left of 0. We will carry here, I mean, borrow. And then, borrowing from the left side, 1, 0 will become 2. That is why 2 minus 1 is 1. And then, after that, 0 minus 0 is 0, 1 minus 0 is 1, 1 minus 0 is 1. And then, here is the answer. Then, to complete the process, we will be doing 1's complement. And this is the resulting value, which is 00101. After that, we will be adding 1 to complete the process for 2's complement. By adding 1, 1 plus 1 is 0. Carry 1, 1 plus 0 is 1. Then bringing down the next one, and then the 2 0 will be bring down. That is why the answer will be 00110 sub 8, which is 6, which is its value. That is base to 8, since it is octal, which is required for the problem. And that will be all for my explanation.